Good morning. Hello. How's everyone doing on this brisk November Sunday? Welcome. We are going to sing Spirit-Led, Spirit-Fed. We're probably going to sing that 4 more times before we switch songs for our opening song. But for today, we're still doing that one. So if you're able to rise, please do. The lyrics should be in your program. And off we go.
Spirit-led, everywhere and always I'm Spirit-led, I'm Spirit-led, Spirit-fed, everywhere and always I'm Spirit-led, flowing like a river of peace. I am nature's wandering child, love cannot be added to me. I am made complete in the divine, I'm Spirit-led. Like a beautiful
song. And as we're choosing our way,
There's a voice inside to guide us along. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. We are spirit-led, spirit-fed. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led. Everywhere and always we are spirit-led.
Ooh, thank you, Bright Matter. That was vibrant. All right, you may be seated. Welcome. Yeah, thank goodness we're spirit-led and spirit-fed.
It warms us up.
Doing all this from a human level, a
That's
human-only
right.
level, is just too difficult. No, we want to connect with something larger than ourselves, something that is the divine order and harmony and love of the universe. That's what we're doing here. We're connecting with that. We're allowing that to flow through and as us. And we're playing in that energy together. So thank you for being here and being present and open and available. We want to say hello to those of you joining us online on Facebook and YouTube. We're so glad to have you here. If you would just kind of in the chat say, hi, I'm here, and then we can feel connected. And so I am Reverend Victoria Loveland-Coen, if you don't know yet. And to my left is the wonderful Pat Webster. She is on the spiritual leadership team, and she's going to be anchoring us in that consciousness through the prayer and meditation and some other wonderful things. So things look a little different here today because we have got a special thing going on. So we'll find out more about that later. But right now, I invite you to say our opening invocation together as Pat lights the Divine Light candle. And we're just going to take a moment and be present with that.
So our invocation
And this is on the...
on the buff sheet on the back of the seat in front of you. For those who are newcomers, and I see a few. And as we say this invocation, we remember that divine light inside of us. So let's do that now. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good omnipotence.
Let's
So it
just
is.
breathe that in for a moment and just feel the energy of that vibrating within every cell of our being, opening to that omnipresent good that is here and available for us. And so it is.
I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I surrender. I trust and I know as I surrender, I fall into the arms of love. I fall into the arms of love.
Falling, falling, falling into the arms of love. Those eternally there, infinitely full arms of love. And with a breath, on the exhale, we release anything that stands between us and those arms of love, feeling those arms outside of us and inside of us. And we go to that inner place in our hearts, in that sacred temple of silence just behind the biological heart, where we connect with the divine, the God, the quantum field, by whatever name. We all have it. We connect deeply with that part of us. And in the silence, we receive whatever is there for us to receive, beginning now. And while embedded in that sacred space of the divine, we speak softly aloud any people or peoples who need our prayers, knowing, research supported, that they feel this, and healing in whatever arena occurs as we speak their names softly aloud. Earl, all the Israelis, all the Palestinians.
Annie, the pet therapy dog that used to come to the service, passed away this week. She was a big part of my life and our lives, and she's truly missed.
Mm.
But we know she's in a better place,
Mm.
so it is.
So it is. And while we stay in that place, we go to those people who have placed prayer requests in this box that stays in the hallway and is available for anyone. And we focus that energy from our hearts onto the beings who've requested prayers. As we say from that place in our hearts, Holy Sweet Spirit, we see the prayers answered from all those places that we encounter in our human journey, knowing that Jesus came to be a way shower, and there are many other way showers from many other disciplines of how we can live a human life in touch from our divine. And in that human life, we all have needs in common. Needs for healing of relationships, needs to remember that law of abundance in all spheres of our lives. Would it be an abundance of healing, an abundance of healed relationships, an abundance of financial prosperity? All of these things. We focus that powerful divine energy on the people who have submitted these prayers. We focus that now and know that their prayers are being answered as instantly as we have said these words. And while we remain rooted in this divine space and knowing that we're expressing that, slowly open your eyes and really look into the eyes of another, knowing that you are seeing the divine and being seen back as the divine. Just a silent greeting with two people in our community. And we're going to now say our vision and mission statement, which is also found on this buff sheet. Our vision. We envision the divine light awakening in all. Our mission. We center in peace and love. We connect in our hearts with others. We celebrate our journey toward wholeness. And we empower others to experience their spiritual magnificence. And so it is. And we also have an affirmation which is on your bulletin on the second page where I think it says special announcements. And we're doing this giving affirmation following this. Everybody found it? Okay, here we go. As an expression of the divine, I am a giver to life. And through my generosity and kindness, I contribute to the healing of humanity. And so it is. Take it away, beautiful band.
Get a little logistics here, get the choir up here. So it's vaguely possible that I spent a bit of my youth studying the counterculture a little too fervently. And
No.
it's vaguely possible.
No.
So when I got this email from Gaines that said, I have a song for you to do by Wavy Gravy. Do you know who Wavy Gravy is? And I said, well, yes, in fact, I do, which is not the case for everyone. So some of the folks, so if you know who Wavy Gravy is, then we need to go no further. You know, I just wore my best outfit for that today. Anyway, this is a nice tune, and it fits in great with that affirmation that we just sang. The choir has volunteered to come in and do it spontaneously this morning. So, with 3 minutes of intense practice, here we go. Come, come down, down, come, way, way down. Come, 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 down, come, way, way down. Come, come, down, come, way, way down. Wouldn't it be neat if the people that you meet had shoes upon their feet and something to eat? Wouldn't it be fine if all of mankind provide shelter. Basic human needs, basic human needs, doing what comes naturally, down in the garden, where no one is apart, deep down in the garden of your heart. Wouldn't it be grand if we all lend a hand for each one to stand on a free piece of land? And wouldn't it be thrilling if folks could stop their killing and started in tilling the land? Basic human needs, basic human deeds, doing what comes naturally, down in the garden where no one is apart, deep down in the garden of your heart. And wouldn't it be daring if folks started sharing instead of comparing what each one was wearing? And wouldn't it be swell if people didn't sell Mother Earth? Basic human needs, basic human needs, doing what comes naturally, down in the garden where no one is apart, deep down in the garden of your heart. Basic human needs, basic human needs, doing what comes naturally, down in the garden where no one is apart, deep down in the garden of your heart, the garden of your heart. Come, 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 way, way down. Come, come, your heart. Come down, the garden of your heart. Way, way down. Come, 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 come down, down. Come, come, way, way down. Come, come, come down, down. Come, way, way down.
Yeah, I have not heard that before. That's fabulous. That is so cool. Thank you. Now, before I get started with the talk, I want to invite someone up to share a thing or two. And you probably know him. If you don't, you should. Come on up, Brad. Good one.
All right,
thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Mic's working okay? A little higher? Sorry, Karen.
You're a little taller than me.
It's fine. So Victoria asked me to say a few words about giving. And, you know, when I was reflecting on it a little bit, of course, when you think about giving, and I think about the QCP community, I think we've been here 8 years now as a family. And it's really changed our lives in so many ways for the better. And so I started to think through all the ways that it's helped us as a family and helped us grow as human beings. But when then I kind of changed my thought process and I said, well, when I started thinking about giving, because I feel like we've just got such beautiful spiritual momentum, if that's a phrase, that I started to think more about what we can be, what this community could be, will be. And I don't know if is David here, our new member David? I don't know if yeah, there you are, David. I was inspired by David last week at the volunteer appreciation event, who gave a beautiful, those of you who were there, David did a beautiful poem about volunteer appreciation. So I was inspired by David, so brace yourselves. When I think about what we might be, I put it to verse. Are you ready? This is called What I See. Thriving, striving, new souls arriving, fearlessly embracing, spiritual deep diving, giving, living, especially forgiving, not just on the days we celebrate Thanksgiving.
singing, ringing, clearing, brimming, joyfully bringing forth a brand new beginning, circulating, percolating, committing and shifting, earthing and birthing, a new consciousness uplifting, seeing and being, bending and transcending, living with the certainty that we are never ending, uniting and lighting the world at our door, teaching and reaching, leaching goodness from every pore, growing, knowing, and sowing friendship like seeds, flowering in a peace that never recedes, healing and feeling and revealing what is true, peeling away the cloak of fear whose time is well through, facing, embracing, revering the present moment so generous, shedding any doubt that can make life feel tenuous, shaking, awaking our spirits within, shining and brining in the seasoning of this life we share in, serving, conserving, swerving from negativity, ideating, co-creating, uplifting our community, glowing and flowing in the radiance of UCP, so it can be everything we imagine it will be.
Brad, my God. Woo! Yes! That is, whoa, that is some spoken word right there. That is some spoken truth. Oh my God. There's so much talent here, you know, and it's popping up. It's all popping up. People are going, oh, I have this I'd like to give, or I have this I'd like to express, or I'm finding all this wonderful creativity and talent in here. Wow, how lucky we are, right? Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, this month we've kind of been focused more or less on this concept of abundance, on the energy of abundance, feeling abundance. We began the month by honoring our ancestors, remember, and celebrating the abundance of love that we experienced with loved ones who may have passed, and the gifts and the lessons that they brought us that we carry today. You know, do you remember that first Sunday? And then last Sunday, Reverend Chris Nygren was with us and shared with us how we all have the potential to connect with a deeper sense of the sacred and to open to mystical experiences. She talked about mystical experiences which are more common than we really realize, and how there's an abundance available to us when we connect with nature. And then the second week, I was sharing about practicing gratitude and practicing generosity, and how, you know, it just feels so good. It feels so good to give. And not only does it just feel good to give, it benefits us in so many ways, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically even. And I gave you some examples of that. And practicing generosity really helps us connect with the larger whole, feel a part of the larger whole. Gives us a sense of fulfillment. And for those who really make it a focus of their lives, which some people do, it really provides a sense of purpose. And then we explored the idea that when we practice generosity, when we give abundantly, we are connecting with the natural impulse of nature. That when nature gives of itself in community, the community flourishes. And so that's where I want to start today, because today is our intentional giving ceremony. This is the time that we get to really make a sacred pledge to participate in that flourishing, right? We're participating in the flourishing. And this sort of is a natural growth that we're experiencing from really working on ourselves and working on consciousness and cultivating abundance, cultivating gratitude and generosity and this community. And really recognizing a desire to be in community with other people who are doing the same, right? It's a natural growth from the work that we have been doing, expanding our experience of abundance, of generosity, of joy. And, it's really, I think we really come to appreciate it. But maybe we forget. I think maybe we forget that long ago, before we really kind of realized what this was about, we may have been living a life where we were focused on lack, on what's wrong, on what's missing, on that it's just never enough. There never seems to be enough, or that we are never enough. The life we used to live before we discovered new thought. Can you remember back then? Before we knew that we live in an abundant universe and that because we are this universe expressing, that's our nature, that we are abundant. Before we knew that we are beloved rays of light from the same one source. Before we knew how to activate the power of gratitude in our lives, thereby expanding our experience. Before we knew that we are infinite love expressing, and to see everyone else the same way. And that knowing that and living into that heals. It heals our lives. This is the consciousness that we have been growing and doing it together. And so now, of course, knowing this and practicing this and experiencing it, which is what we all do. We're all working on this. And then sometimes we forget, right? Just sometimes we forget. It's not easy to remember who we truly are, our divinity, when we're living in a world that is asleep and dreaming the dream of separation. That we're separate from source, separate from each other, separate from our good. This dream of limitation, of focusing on what's missing, on what's wrong, this dream of, this collective consciousness that's kind of mired in the evolutionary, this negativity bias that is kind of our evolutionary default mechanism, right? And sometimes we can get sucked into that. And so that's why we come here. That's why we come here, to be reminded of who we truly are. To be reminded that we are divine beings expressing, and that we are powerful co-creators. Because we are divinely human beings, we have the power to co-create more joy, more love, more abundance in our lives. We come here to be free of the hypnotic spell of the collective consciousness. It's a hypnotic spell that we can get sucked down into before we know it, right? Before we know it. And then we come here, and then we go, oh yeah, wait a second. I'm a co-creator. I'm spirit. I am an expression of the infinite divine, and so is everyone else. That we're all emanations of the same one divine. That's why we come here. And to not only know it, not only to be reminded of it, but to practice it, to experience it, to live into this, right? To live into the understanding of who we truly are. And then to remind others to remind others of how to live this really expansive idea of thinking and being and experiencing our mystical selves, right? That's the community I want to be a part of. Those are the people I want to hang with. Don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, right? I mean, what a blessing. As Brad shared, wow, what a blessing to be a part of this. What a gift. Look what we've created here. Something pretty special. And here's the thing. Together, with this evolving consciousness, we can help shift the collective consciousness, making it easier for others to awaken. Aho. I got an aho. Can I get an amen? An amen and an aho. And so it is? Maybe. Yeah, absolutely. And that is really our vision statement, isn't it? You know, it's not just something that we say here on a Sunday. We live it. This is how we help the divine light awaken in all. We're helping to shift the collective consciousness, making it easier for others to awaken. Yes. Now, at the same time, we allow for our humanness too, don't we? We are divinely human beings. We also allow for our human feelings. We allow for that. Our grief, our sadness, our anger. You know, I know in some communities you kind of have to keep that hidden. You know, it's like this is kind of this silent shame, like if you're not being perfectly spiritual. But not here. Here we support each other. We support each other on our journey toward wholeness. It's part of our mission statement. We're supported on our journey toward wholeness, and we're all on a journey toward wholeness. So we embrace each other when we grieve, and we forgive each other when we get angry. Now, we're working on ourselves, right? We're doing the work. We want to evolve. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. And at the same time, we love and accept ourselves exactly where we are, right here, as we are, where we are on our journey, in process. We are all in process. We're all in process of revealing more and more of who we are, peeling away the onion layer after layer. It's a process. And thank God we've got this spiritual community of others who are doing the same, who understand that, and we can be supported in it. That's what we're doing. And you know, it doesn't always come just by sitting in a Sunday service. You know, hopefully you're inspired. You stay inspired. Hopefully your consciousness is expanding, your heart is expanding. You're feeling the love of community. I mean, that is healing in and of itself. But to really create transformation in your life, it sometimes takes a little more. That is why we offer classes and workshops and book study groups. And we just finished a mastermind, the Abundance Mastermind group. And we've now, thanks to lovely Irina back there, we've got a woman's circle. And I heard this morning a little rumor that there might be a men's group forming. And if you're interested in that, talk to Carmelo. Raise your hand, Carmelo. If you're interested in that, go talk to him. Get that going. So these groups where we can be ourselves and we can just open and share and just non-judgmentally be loved and supported. Opportunities, we provide opportunities to be of service where we can exercise our giving muscles and be in, to do social events where we can really connect with each other. Again, that's the community I want to be a part of. It's the people I want to be with, because together we're working on that transformation. We're loving and accepting ourselves exactly as we are, where we are, and we're allowing for the emergence of something even greater, a greater idea, a higher idea, a more fuller expression of who we truly are. And you know, I think we appreciate it even more than we ever have now because of the scare that happened earlier this year. You know, we had this scare, for those of you who are just kind of joining us now. We did. At the beginning of the year, there was, if we didn't have a more robust financial support, that, you know, projecting out the next few months, we were looking at the possibility of closing our doors. You know, if we didn't have that financial support to continue to pay staff and take care of the building and all of the things that go into offering all of this, that it looked like maybe that was the end of the story. And I think we all realized what that would mean for all of us. You know, so we all stepped up. You all stepped up. You know, we all came together and rolled up our sleeves, you know, dug deep in our hearts and in our wallets. And we did. We overcame that shortfall, and we got back on track, and even better than ever. A more solid foundation. Woohoo! Can I get an aho? Yes. We did. And so that's kind of part of what we're doing today with the intentional giving cards, because those give us an idea of what is coming in so that we can plan better, you know, so that we know how many programs and experiences that we can provide or not. You know, we need to know in order to plan. So that's kind of part of what this is. But on a deeper level, it's really an affirmation of our desire to support your community and to be supported in our spiritual growth. We're saying, yes, I want to be supported in my spiritual growth. I want to be part of a community that is all about that, that's all about allowing a higher idea, a fuller expression of my full potential to emerge. What can I do? You know, how much fuller can I express? How good can it get? Reverend Michael Beckwith always says that. He says, how good can it get? We're always talking about how bad can it get? How bad? We can figure out how bad it can get, right? We can really get into that. But stand in our truth and say, how good can it get? Let's say that together. How good can it get? Yes. Making that commitment to that desire to say yes to this and to be in this energy. And so we are going to do our little sacred service now, but before we do, I want to raise your hand if you don't have a green, if you haven't been handed or you didn't remember to bring it back today. The intentional giving card, and Maria and Mary will come by and put one in your hand. If you're just visiting us today, this is not for you. I would just invite you to hold space while everybody is doing this. There's not one up here. She'll give you another one. Oh, you mean you had already filled it out? Oh, here. There it is. Yeah. All right. So if you have not filled it out, before you do fill it out, let's just connect together in the silence, if you would, with me. Just kind of close your eyes and go back into that space that Pat Webster just opened us up to earlier today. Breathe. Or yawn. Breathe deeply. Really connect with what we're doing is we're connecting with the essence of who we truly are. And it is in that essence that we are connected with all of life, with each other, with the divine love that permeates the universe, permeates our very being. This is the energy and the essence of abundance, of love, of joy, of a desire to share, to be in community with others and expand our experience. Breathe. And so it is. So it is. And just take a moment and fill it out, and we'll ask you, Chris, if you want to come up, and I'll ask you when you're feeling ready, when you're complete with your card, if you would come up and put it in this heart-shaped basket. And we're doing a chocolate communion today, which, by the way, is the way we do communion here, with chocolate. And we have both, I think this is, the blue is milk chocolate, and the red is dark chocolate. So put your card in this sacred basket. Really feel connected, really feel the essence of the connection of your saying yes, your opening your heart and feeling that essence that connects us together and connects us with the source of all abundance. We place it there and take a chocolate, and that's how we're doing it. Chris? It's good to do, And if you would just hold the consciousness in the silence until we're all finished, that would be wonderful. In fact, if I just did this. Milk. comes Ann. We got Ann. Michael, do you want somebody to take yours and bring it up? You'll do it later. Okay. Come on. Thank you. Yes. Overflowing abundance here. Wow. Oh, so let's just take a moment, as we kind of do for our offering, and just feel that love that is flowing so fully and abundantly right here, flowing through your heart, and maybe directed to this basket. And just recognize that this is an abundance of love right here. This is a confirmation of, yes, I want to participate in the flourishing in my life and in this community. I say yes to life. And together we say, and so it is. So it is. Man, I'm going to put these on here. There. The gourd will hold it. Namaste.
I loved your poem, Brad. It was like beat poetry. I loved it so much. It was great. This is a song called It Will Be, which ties in with the phrase in your poem. I close my eyes, I start to dream, and realize I'm not asleep, 'cause I can see all that's here for me and what it means to be free. No matter what, it's up to you and what you think is coming true. Well, I believe in dreams, I believe in possibility, and I've seen my desires unfolding right in front of me. Believe it, you will see it. Imagine and conceive it. Well, it will be if you believe. It will be. We don't always know the power we hold to weave our own story, full of love, full of joy and glory. And no matter what, it's up to you. What you believe is on its way to you. Well, I believe in dreams, and I believe in possibility, and I've seen my desires unfolding right in front of me. Believe it, you will see it. Imagine and conceive it. Well, it will be if you believe. It will be. Yeah, yeah. Well, it will be. Yeah. No matter what, it's up to you. What you believe becomes reality. Well, I believe in dreams, and I believe in possibility. I've seen my desires unfolding right in front of me. Believe it, you will see it. Imagine and conceive it. 'Cause it will be if you believe. me. Believe it, you will see it. Imagine and conceive it. Well, it will be if you believe it will be. I close my eyes, start to dream, and realize I'm not asleep. No, I don't have to be asleep.
All right. So we're going to now pass the offering baskets. You know, when my late husband died, he left me in charge of a trust, and I considered it a sacred covenant. And I took a big hit in the '08 stock market crash. And I was so ashamed, and I knew I needed some healing, so I joined a group that was going to prepare together, and then each of us would go out on a 4-night solo vision quest. And this thing took place in the Anza Borrega Desert in California, which is the desert that has the most rainfall and can still be qualified as a desert. And it was in January. I just called and went, I want the soonest one. So I got to my solo site, and I started crying and whining. And do you know what Grandmother Earth said to me? She said, shh, shh, look at me. Look at the abundance of flowers that are here in what is a desert, more than is ever needed to propagate the species. And you are made of my dirt with all of its elements and my water. You are my grandchild. And you have the same abundance in you that I do. So I came away from that going, you know what? I didn't lose as much as a lot of people did. And I've still got some gifts, and you know what it did? It sent me back to work as a therapist, because up there, God said, I'm not through with you, honey. So with that reminder, I invite you to give from that place of your known abundance as we, again, if you have something you want to give, if you're here and you want to just say thank you for what I'm getting out of this service, you can do those little brown envelopes and stick $1 in or something, okay? So let's go with it. Let's really center from our heart once again what we're going to drop in that basket, an overflow of abundance. And one more thing. You know, as we focused on prosperity, we broke a glass ceiling of membership. We got out of that 50s and into the 60s, and the people that I've talked to in my seminary about this said, that is a magic number that you have broken through that glass ceiling. So not only are we prospering financially, we're prospering with the gifts and talents of our membership. So with that gratitude, let's give.
Is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth.
So from that place in our hearts where we know we are the law of abundance, we focus our energy into these blessings that continue to overflow with this basket of these. And say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is. Yeah, thanks.
And so I just want to welcome those of you who may be joining us for the first time or who are back after a long absence. It's so good to see you. And if there is anybody here for the first time who did not get a packet of information, we usually hand that out up front, but if you somehow got missed, then please raise your hand, and we have Mary will come by and put that packet of information in your hot little hands. No? Everybody got one? Okay. So if you would fill out the blue card on the front and the back and return it to one of the greeters, we have a little gift for you in that. And if you have joined us online for the first time, you found us today, welcome. We're so glad to have you here. If you would just say, hey, I'm new here, it's my name. And then our lovely greeter, Mel, will greet you and give you information about us. All right, I think that's it then. One more time. Bright Matter.
Okay. So this is a little rock tune by Richard, however you say his last name.
Medici.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So feel free to sing along once you catch on. Anyway, here we go.
Billy Joel, I think.
If you're busy counting calories, you'll never taste the food. If you're looking for the night, you'll miss the sunrise.
See the flowers bloom.
And miss the beauty of the tune. Every day you're gonna find just what you look for. Create the world we live in. So when you look for good, good is what you're given. Who could ask for more? Who could ask for more? When you give attention to what's working in your life, you will soon forget about complaining. If you have a vision to look beyond the skin, you'll open up the door and find a friend that lives within. Every day you're gonna find just what you look for. We create the world we live in. So when you look for good, good is what you're given. Who could ask for more? Who could ask for more? So when you look into the mirror, what will you be looking for? Every day you're gonna find just what you look for. We create the world we live in. So when you look for good, good is what you're given. Who could ask for more? We found what we've been looking for.
this is a time where I get to share everything that we're offering from the abundance that's come from you back to all of us. Yeah. So, join Reverend Victoria on November 29th at noon for the last of the Abundant Blessing meditation series. This week's focus is the gift of gratitude. If you missed last week, check out on your YouTube or Facebook. And if you've enjoyed our November midweek meditations, and you think they're coming to an end, fear not, because they're going to be continued through the month of December. This month's theme will be focusing on inner peace. Now, Christmas is the perfect time to remember that this time of year, we celebrate light coming into the world. And it's the perfect time to remember those who may be struggling and share some of our abundance with them. So in partnership with Rishi's Salon in Southern Village, we're going to provide Christmas gifts for children and women living at Home Start. And we're doing that in connection with the interfaith communities. So starting today, is it out there? I missed that. We have a tree adorned with paper ornaments that features one of these children or their mothers and their wish for Christmas. So we invite you to take one of those paper trimmings, and purchase a gift from one of the ornaments and return it to the UCP office wrapped and clearly identified by your ornament number by December 21st. So that's the solstice. So what a good day to be doing that. Next Saturday, we get to bathe in a pool of wisdom as Cheryl Stevens offers her workshop on the Enneagram. Cheryl is like high up there certified Enneagram teacher. And if you're ready to know yourself at a deeper level, I am, and I'm coming despite Saturday's homework day, I'm coming. So that you can live in ways that feel more authentic and true for you. This could be a body of work that you're looking for. So it's going to be this coming Saturday, December 2nd, from 12:30 to 3:30. And I know Cheryl, she's going to pack a lot into 3 hours. So you can register online at UCP, and there's also a sign-up sheet on the back table, too.
Actually, it's better if everyone goes online.
Online is better?
Register, and the cutoff is this Wednesday, because as part of the workshop, you receive a free Enneagram survey, and you'll bring that with you, and that survey, combined with the information I'll be sharing, will really help you to hone in on your dominant personality type. So again, register by Wednesday. That gives me time to get the link to you, and then the results come to me, and then go back out to you. So please come, I promise. It's more about what we've been talking about, like understanding how your essence and your personality, by recognizing it and being aware of those two, how they can begin to dance together and really help us to be more in control of our life and bring forth this divinity that we're all so much about. So thank you.
And I think I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, that the donations will go to UCP?
No, I mean, it is a workshop for a fee, so I've spent many years
Yes.
certified in
Okay.
So yeah, it's part of it absolutely goes to UCP.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's also a way to give back to our community and also to share back with Cheryl for the sharing of her gifts. Okay, thank you.
I love the way you put that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you just repeat the deadline for
The deadline is this coming Wednesday, November 29th. Again, so Cheryl can get a link so we can take that Enneagram survey before we come to the workshop. Yeah. Next Saturday, so it's the same time, 2 to 5? So, okay, so we got a lot going on here.
5 till 8. 5 to 8.
Oh, it's been changed. I've got December, just 2 to 5 for the tree trimming thing.
December 2nd at 5.
Okay, so the time's changed from what I have written on my little sheet. Okay, so 5 to 8 p.m., so if you want to do both, abundance happening here, we're going to have a tree trimming holiday party. So, and it's going to be potluck, and come dressed in your most festive and comfortable holiday outfit and your dancing shoes. There'll be activities for the kids as well. Christmas trivia and photo booth will be offered for them and for all of us who are kids at heart. Bring potluck finger food and we'll probably start since it's at 5. I don't know. We'll eat sometime in there, and dance in the spirit of the holiday. We've got your back committee is our committee that helps with people who are temporarily in need till they get back on their feet. And our point person this month is our beloved Susie Ewald. Susie, will you raise your hand? So if you know of a person in need, you contact Susie, and her email and phone number is on our member sheet, and it's on the slide that those of you who are watching online can see. If you would like to volunteer, either as a member or as a backup person, because we're small but mighty in our committee, and we're getting people that would just be willing to run an errand or deliver a dish or something as we need. So think about that and contact either me or Dolores if you're interested in doing that. So, our flowers. Today, Brad Goodwin brought these beautiful flowers, and I love these orange lilies. They're bursting out with life, which, as it turns out, really describes Brad's mother, for whom he's dedicating these flowers. His mother was Carol, and she transitioned, still is Carol, just in a different space, to infinite love last year. She spent her retirement years playing drums, tap dancing, and creating art and poetry. A woman of my own kind. And she was a wonderful mother, and we can tell she was because he's just such an amazing man. So we're grateful for those flowers. And any of us can participate. Arena has done something that we needed for a long time because we just had silk plaids up here and none of us. Arena was called to create beauty here every Sunday. And so we need volunteers to sign up for a Sunday to bring flowers, and let's keep the beauty going. We need volunteers for the rest of the year. And there's a sign-up sheet on the back table. We have a beautiful art exhibit, and is Judith here? Judith Schneider? Right where? Come on up. Yeah, Judith, what am I talking about? Of course you're here. And you want to tell us a little about the art. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of Mila O'Hare and myself, we just want to thank everybody for your support in displaying our photography here at Unity Center of Peace. It's really been an amazing experience. We've had a lot of laughter, sharing of creative ideas, but most of all, I think it kind of forced Mila and I to move a little bit from our comfort level, so to speak, and I have to say that has opened up a lot of heartfelt possibilities. So I know, and we all know, that there's a lot of creative talent in this group, a lot of creative energy. And our display will be ending, I believe, in January. In Arena, we'll be looking for other people to share their artistic talents. So these talents can be anything, from painting to photography to drawing, whatever is your joy and your passion. We invite you to speak with Arena and share those beautiful talents with all of us. Mila and I would also like you to know that if you purchase any of our photography, part of the proceeds will go to support Unity Center of Peace. And in the back of the room, you'll find 2 baskets. each containing photo cards, and you can purchase them for $5 each. And again, part of that purchase price will go towards supporting Unity. I think you'll find the cards pretty eclectic in nature, from the whimsical to nature to everyday life, and there's some really pretty abstract photography as well. So we hope you enjoy them. We know the holidays are coming, and you're probably looking for some unique gifts for family, friends, or maybe even for yourself. So take a peek, and we hope something speaks to you, because in speaking to you, it will also support Unity Center of Peace. If you have any questions or you're looking for anything special, please feel free to connect with Mila or myself.
Thank you so much, Judy. The other thing that I want to tell you about is our 3-minute miracle. If you've got something going on in your life that you would like help seeing from a higher, more divine perspective and infusing that situation with healing divine light, we have one of our trained prayer chaplains available every Sunday for prayer. And today it's our amazing Mel Karen, who's just a powerful pray person. And if you want a prayer, she'll be in the last room down the hallway on the left, and you can just make a line there, and she'll get to you as you can. If you're online and would request a prayer, please send a text to prayer@unitychapelhill.org and include your phone number, and our prayer partner will get back to you within an hour of your request. We also have our wonderful Deeper Dive discussion group where people can dive deeper into how you were touched by this morning's service and message. And Carmelo will be leading that group, and that'll be in the last room on the right. So that will start at 12:45. No, yeah, 12:30. And lastly, our wonderful Maria, who is inspired by the title Praying with Our Feet, which I'm excited about, is restarting our outreach program. And that is where we outreach to people of need in our community. And so if you're at all interested, meet at 12:45 in here in the sanctuary. This is just a beginning exploration, restart, information group, and it's a chance for you to contribute your ideas. And if you don't know if it's right for you, just come. If you think you might be interested, just come and check it out. And thank you, Maria, for restarting this. Yeah. So, now we're ready to welcome in our children. So you'll find the welcome song right here on the back of your buff sheet. Here we come.
I am the radiant life of God, I am, I am, I am. I am the radiant life of God, I am, I am, I am. The health of God, the strength of God, vitality, energy, rhythm of God. I am the radiant life of God, I am, I am, I am.
Good morning. How y'all doing? Good. We had 3 kids today, and they're off doing their wonderful things. We talked a little bit about release, how to release. What does it mean to release? Like, we cleaned some stones, and we talked about movement being a good release to help let go, and it was a good time. And then we played. Next month, we'll start looking at the power of life and all of that, joyfulness, and that's it. So thanks. Always a big thanks to Olivia for coming to help and volunteer. And then we did have 2 new kids, so things are working.
So we're going to send out loving energy to those kids that are off doing their things and are here with us, and also to the inner child in each of us. So we say this blessing, which is also found on your buff sheet, which says, "We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. Mwah. And now, if you'll stand and join me in the prayer of protection and then our peace song. Also found on your buff sheet on the second page. Our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.